stuck inside the house due to the COVID lockdowns can get so emotionally draining, but we'll try to make you feel just a little bit better by introducing these people who have found themselves in a tight spot. Literally.
What happened? Why did I stop?
And they'll make quarantining look like a walk in the park. Here are 13 people who got stuck in the weirdest places. What's up, Factnetics? This is Discovery Amuse serving up your daily dose of the most outrageous, outlandish, and out-of-this-world fun facts. Stick around till number 1, because if that happens to you, you might just wish the ground would swallow you whole. I know I would.
We're gonna drown here.
Stop crashing! Stop moving! You're making us sink faster! Get a hold of yourself!
Number 13. Hole in the prison wall. 4 inmates from Ceres prison in Brazil might have taken a cue from Michael Schofield and the gang when they decided to pull off a prison break of their own.
Michael, move.
Using a metal pipe, they bore a hole in their cell wall. The first inmate got through, but when it was time for Rafael Valadao to make his great escape, well, this happened. His cellmates tried to push him, but that only made Valadao scream in pain. This alerted the prison guards, who discovered the botched jailbreak and responded to Valadao's cry for help. Valadao suffered a fractured rib and, I'm guessing, a bruised ego. No more extra helpings for you, buddy. Watch till the end, because that guy got caught between a rock and a hard place. A giant lady part, to be exact. Number 12, kids versus claw machines. In February of 2019, while the Ingersoll family was having dinner at a pizzeria in Alabama, 2-year-old Ezra went to the claw machine inside the restaurant's game room. And the next thing his mother knew, little Ezra was inside the freaking glass case. Police and firefighters were called in to help, and little Ezra got out without a scratch, but with a new toy. Mission accomplished.
One of the firemen got in and pulled him out the top. He did get his toy that he went in there for.
In another case of tykes in trouble, Cohen Stone's Sweet Tooth took him on an unexpected adventure inside a lollipop machine. After spending about 45 minutes in the company of candies and plushies, Cohen was finally collected with the help of a local locksmith. Thankfully, no claw cranes were required.
I have been chosen. Farewell, my friends.
Number 11, Attack of the Seatbelt.
Oh my god! Are you like a 5-year-old? I don't know how this happened!
This is 17-year-old Gracie Davidson from Dallas, who, despite her age, still managed to get stuck in a seatbelt and make a scene involving police officers and firemen. And because it's not cheap to just cut those seatbelts and replace them, they did everything they could to get Gracie out. And I mean everything.
Oh, no.
Ugh, that seatbelt looks tight. Finally, after a lot of tumbling and bending over backwards, the mom finally gave in.
Do you want me to cut the seatbelt?
I mean, if we have no choice, we have to cut it.
But wait! This officer has another idea that might just save the day!
We're gonna see if there's this is the whole bench seat.
Why? You want me to film it?
When Gracie finally had enough wiggle room to, well, literally wiggle herself out, she was able to escape the clutches of the seatbelt from hell.
Yeah. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Number 10, swimming on thin ice. TikTok user Jason Clark thought swimming under a frozen lake would make for cool content, but this stunt almost cost him his life, and methinks the woman egging him on is really the one to blame.
I'm afraid I'm gonna panic under the water, honestly.
You can do it, you can do it.
When Jason finally accepted the challenge, he lost his way and got trapped under the ice. And what were his friends doing? Nothing. At one point, he tried to break through the surface by smashing the ice with his back. Thank goodness he finally found the opening before ending up like a frozen dimwit. Number 9, toilet humor. What are the odds that another Gracie got stuck in a bizarre situation? Honey, we're not naming our next daughter Gracie. In 2017, while a woman named Gracie Henderson was trying to retrieve a bracelet that fell into her toilet, her watch got wedged in the pipe. Despite getting flushed from embarrassment, Gracie had no choice but to call 911, which was extra humiliating for her because, well, Gracie was a medic herself.
Do all kinds of deal with crazy stuff, but I have never made a hand stuck in the toilet call.
Well, first time for everyone, I guess. Too bad she was on the receiving end of the 911 emergency this time, and the EMS had no choice but to sledgehammer that potty. At least it became a teachable moment for Gracie.
This is it. This is my best friend from now.
Number 8, hide and stuck. What you're witnessing is the tense, suspenseful, real-life rescue operation involving an 18-year-old girl who's on the brink of immediate danger while stuck inside a washing machine. One night in April of 2020, Amari Dancy's family decided to play an innocent game of hide-and-seek. But because Amari is the ultra-competitive type, she squeezed herself inside the washer. Unfortunately, despite her best efforts, she didn't win the game. Number 7, hanging in midair. Before becoming UK Prime Minister, Boris Johnson previously served as the Mayor of London, and back in 2012, he decided to celebrate Great Britain's gold medal in the Olympics by going on a zip wire in Victoria Park while waving 2 mini Union Jacks. He was happily gliding across when he came to a sudden halt. Well, this is awkward. Johnson Brexited from the zip wire with the help of a rope, and he did deserve a medal too for being such a good sport about it.
It was wonderful, and I thoroughly recommend it. I wouldn't want to have been up there all afternoon, but I think loads of people are going to enjoy it.
Number 6, held at cash point. Getting stuck in a room full of money sounds like a dream for most of us, but for one repairman, it was a total nightmare. The Texas repairman was reportedly changing the lock of an ATM machine in Corpus Christi when he got trapped inside. He also didn't have his phone with him, so he was forced to be creative in finding a way out. He slipped notes through the receipt slot in the hopes that someone would heed his call for help.
Sure enough, we can hear a little voice coming from the machine. You'll never see this again in your life, that somebody's stuck in the ATM machine. It was just crazy.
Number 5, roller coaster nightmare.
Don't let go! I can't!
See, this is why I will never trust roller coasters with my life. In April of 2018, passengers of the Flying Dinosaur attraction at Universal Studios in Japan had the ride of their life when they found themselves hanging for dear life from 100 feet high. 64 daredevils ended up hanging upside down for almost 2 hours when the thrill ride made an emergency stop mid-air. Holy mother of coasters! Thankfully, no one was injured, and all of them were evacuated safely. And guess what? The same thing happened at an amusement park in eastern China in September of 2020. The ride malfunctioned at the upside-down loop part, and the thrill seekers probably used up all their adrenaline rush after dangling for over an hour before getting rescued. Number 4, kids at heart. While there's certainly nothing wrong with staying a kid at heart, adults must learn to draw the line at kiddie rides. Don't be like this teenager in Scotland who had to be rescued by firefighters after having the crazy idea of wrapping the baby swing around the bar and squeezing herself in. The firefighters had to turn her upside down as her naughty girlfriends did what any teenager would do in these situations. Film the darn thing, of course! Drunk grown men, may this next clip serve as your reminder not to mess with a kiddie car when you're wasted. Not only will you find yourself in a tight situation, but trust me, your equally hammered friends won't be much help. Look at this woman trying to pull an invisible nail or whatever it is she thinks she's removing.
What the f*** will let you do?
Number 3, holy crap! Tinder dates couldn't get any more disastrous than this one. In 2017, Bristol student Liam Smith came back home with his lovely Tinder date after a lovely night out. However, the date ended with his bathroom window broken. Want to know the mystery behind the broken window? Here's the 411. Said Tinder date did a number 2 in Liam's toilet, but since the flush isn't working and she couldn't be caught red-handed, she tried to hide the evidence by throwing her poop out the window. Unfortunately, there was a narrow gap where the plastic of crap got stuck in, so she dove in headfirst to retrieve her dump.
She was then upside down in the window. She did manage to grab the poo in the plastic bag. She passed it out to me. I put it back in the toilet.
But all's well that ends well, since Liam's friends set up a crowdfunding page to help him raise money for the window repair. And the couple continued dating. Win-win! Number 2, Lady Liberty. You know you're in big trouble when you need to free yourself from the world's most iconic symbol of freedom, the irony.
And isn't it ironic? Don't you think?
French stuntman Thierry Devat was paragliding around the Statue of Liberty when his parachute got caught in the torch. He was reportedly suspended in that position for about 45 minutes before rescuers pulled him up using the parachute's ropes. According to the NYPD, the stuntman allegedly carried a protest sign with him, and he originally planned to land on Liberty Island, but instead ended up at the police station for questioning. Before we go to our number 1 pick, do us a solid and make sure to smash the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Don't forget to choose all so you won't miss out on any of our latest life-changing, boredom-busting content, and of course, be sure to turn on notifications in your app settings. Number 1, Vagina Monologue. You wouldn't want to be in the shoes of this American exchange student because his shoes, along with his legs, were trapped inside a giant vagina sculpture. The 6-foot replica of the private lady part is an artwork by Peruvian artist Fernando de Lejara. It was installed back in 2001 at the University of Tübingen in Germany. According to reports, the 20-year-old student was dared by his friends to climb the massive genitalia to pose for a funny photo. YOLO! His not-so-stimulating adventure led to the deployment of 22 rescue workers who somehow turned into midwives and delivered the boy out of the vagina with just their bare hands. Well, not everyone gets a redo of their actual birth, right?
Here we go.
Just relax, think about the baby.
How about you? Have you ever got stuck in a weird place before? We'd like to hear about it in the comments section. Take home any of our exclusive gear by browsing our merch shelf or clicking the link in the video description. And while you're at it, take our quiz to find out how you can earn extra cash online doing what you do best. Awesome, right? Would you consider yourself the gullible type? Then test your wits as we count down the 10 internet hoaxes we actually believed. Till then, don't be clumsy, Factnatics, and see you in the next video.